The whispers are growing louder in Miami, and fans can't help but wonder, is Tua Tagovailoa not just the present, but the future of the Dolphins? With each crisp spiral, each clutch throw, and each comeback drive, Tagovailoa continues to make a compelling case. Yet behind the headlines and highlight reels, there remains a tantalizing mystery about what lies ahead for the man who once lit up Alabama's offense and now wears aqua and orange with pride. Could the Dolphins, a franchise long starved for quarterback stability, finally have their cornerstone? Or is there another twist waiting in this unfolding saga? After years of searching for a successor to Dan Marino, Miami fans are right to be cautiously optimistic. Tua's 2023 season was nothing short of spectacular, leading the NFL in passing yards, setting career highs in multiple categories, and perhaps most importantly, staying healthy from start to finish. That durability, a question mark in past seasons, became a source of hope as he showed he could weather a full campaign. Yet the 2024 season reintroduced a familiar concern. A third diagnosed concussion sidelined him for weeks, raising renewed questions about long-term viability. Still, upon his return, he looked poised and precise, even historic at times, with performances reminiscent of Marino's prime. So why does doubt still linger? The answer may lie in timing and expectations. The Dolphins picked up Tua's fifth-year option in 2023, then committed a staggering $212.4 million in a 4-year extension through 2028. That move signaled full confidence from the front office, even amid the injury concerns. But in the NFL, contracts don't always mean security. Miami's offensive identity under Mike McDaniel is evolving, and while Tua thrives in a quick pass, RPO-heavy system, questions persist about his ability to consistently win shootouts against elite playoff teams. His wild card loss to the Chiefs, while respectable, didn't silence those who believe the Dolphins still lack the firepower or the toughness at quarterback to truly contend. Yet to ignore Tua's resilience would be unfair. After each setback, he's returned stronger. After each injury, more determined. In a league that devours fragile quarterbacks, Tua's poise and growth have been undeniable. Just this past season, he became the second Dolphins quarterback to ever throw for over 4,500 yards, joining Marino in rarefied air. He leads by example, connects deeply with his teammates, and has shown time and again that he can carry a game on his shoulders. Whether it's threading a ball between defenders or orchestrating a 2-minute drill, Tagovailoa has matured into a true leader on the field. But for Dolphins fans, the question remains, is that enough? One of Tagovailoa's most impressive qualities is his elite accuracy. He consistently ranks among the league's best in completion percentage, thanks to his quick release, tight mechanics, and exceptional timing. Tua's ability to dissect defenses in the short and intermediate passing game has become a cornerstone of Miami's offensive identity. He doesn't need to rely on deep bombs to make an impact. Instead, he carves defenses apart with precision, consistently keeping drives alive and moving the chains. This skill has been especially effective in Mike McDaniel's scheme, which emphasizes timing routes, yards after catch, and rhythm passing, all areas where Tua thrives. Beyond his arm talent, Tagovailoa brings a calm confidence to the huddle. That's infectious. His leadership style isn't loud or brash. It's measured, focused, and built on trust. Teammates often speak about his work ethic, humility, and how he handles adversity. After all the injuries, the criticism, and even whispers about potential replacements in past years, Tua never lashed out or lost his cool. Instead, he let his play do the talking. That mental toughness has earned him the respect of his locker room and the belief of his coaching staff. His maturity continues to shine through, especially in high-pressure moments where he's proven he can deliver. For head coach Mike McDaniel, Tua wasn't just a quarterback to inherit. He was a quarterback to build around. From the moment McDaniel arrived in Miami, he made it clear that he believed in Tagovailoa's potential. While others questioned his durability or arm strength, McDaniel saw the intelligence, the quick processing, and the pinpoint accuracy that could turn Miami's offense into one of the league's most explosive. With McDaniel's system tailored to Tua's strengths, the Dolphins have soared in offensive efficiency. Their partnership has blossomed into one of the most productive quarterback-coach duos in the league, grounded in mutual trust and a shared vision for what this team can become. And that vision, it's one where Tua Tagovailoa is at the heart of everything. The Dolphins didn't just hand him a record-setting contract. They handed him the keys to the franchise. McDaniel's commitment to Tua wasn't just about the past, it was about the future. He sees a quarterback who can take them deep into the playoffs, who can read a defense before the snap and punish it after. With his accuracy, decision-making, leadership, and ever-growing command of the offense, Tagovailoa isn't just a reinforcement. He's the engine of a Miami Dolphins team with championship aspirations, and the man Mike McDaniel believes can take them there. As Miami enters another pivotal offseason, speculation swirls. Could the Dolphins look to reinforce their quarterback? Room with a high upside rookie, or even a seasoned veteran as insurance? Or are they truly ready to build everything around Tua, offensive line, weapons, scheme, and roll the dice on his health holding up? Whatever the direction, one thing is certain. The Tua Tagovailoa story in Miami is far from over. And as the drama unfolds, fans everywhere will be watching, waiting for the next chapter in what has become one of the most compelling quarterback journeys in the modern NFL. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up! Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. A storm is brewing in South Florida, and it's not just a weather forecast. The Miami Dolphins, a franchise once rich in promise and ambition, now find themselves on the edge of a decision that could reshape the organization for years to come. The front office and Jalen Ramsey, the high-profile cornerback once seen as a cornerstone of a championship run, are expected to explore trade options in the lead-up to the NFL draft. What was supposed to be a move that solidified the defense has become a symbol of deeper dysfunction. As the days tick down toward the draft, the sense of urgency around Miami intensifies. The franchise, for all its attempts to engineer a winning team, stands in a position no one wants to occupy in the NFL, stuck in the middle. Not good enough to truly contend, not bad enough to justify a full-scale reset without backlash. The Dolphins have hovered in this space for too long, and it's become clear that this limbo is not sustainable. The dream of incremental growth has faded. What remains is a team burdened by questionable decisions, inflated contracts, and an identity crisis that stretches from the locker room to the executive suite. Jalen Ramsey's potential departure is more than just a player being moved. It's a flashing red light, a symbol of plans gone sideways. When Miami brought him in, the idea was clear. Build a defense that could support a high-octane offense, create a roster that could finally go toe-to-toe with the league's elite. For a time, it felt plausible, but 2 seasons later, the experiment feels exhausted. Whispers around the league suggest that Ramsey, once a vocal leader, no longer believes in the direction of the team. The respect once shared between player and franchise seems to have eroded. Now the conversations aren't about extending his role. They're about finding the right value in a trade and doing it before the draft clock starts ticking. Fans are left wondering, is this the beginning of an end or just the beginning of something new? Voices in the media and across fan circles are beginning to call for something drastic. The idea isn't new, but it's louder than ever. Tear it all down. Not just a few changes here and there. A full-scale reset. Strip the roster to its foundation and start again like the Dolphins attempted in 2019. That rebuild brought promise, even if it never fully delivered. Perhaps it's time to relight that fire. But doing so requires courage, vision, and most importantly, the right leadership. And that's where things get complicated, because here's the catch. If Miami does indeed hit the reset button, who is the right person to lead that rebuild? Current general manager Chris Grier remains in place, and many believe that his tenure has already lasted too long. Under his guidance, the team has made a series of decisions that in hindsight look more like miscalculations than masterstrokes. From draft picks that never panned out to expensive veterans who didn't move the needle, Greer's legacy is filled with what-ifs and near misses. And now there's hesitation about whether he should be the architect of the next chapter. If the Dolphins want to start fresh, logic suggests they should begin at the top. Grier has had more than enough opportunities to get it right. Some say he's out of chances, yet he remains. If he stays in power, the fear is that this rebuild could look a lot like the last few years. Uncertain, uneven, and ultimately underwhelming. Meanwhile, the fan base is growing restless. Miami has waited long enough. The excitement of the early Tua Tagovailoa years, the arrival of Tyreek Hill, the optimism surrounding Mike McDaniel, all of that is beginning to feel distant. Reality has taken its place. Injuries, inconsistency, and internal turmoil have robbed this team of momentum. Now, even the core pieces of the roster are being questioned. If Ramsey is traded, who's next? Is anyone safe? There's also the matter of timing. The NFL draft looms large, a moment where franchises can reimagine themselves. If Miami does plan to move Ramsey, they'll want to do it before the picks start flying. His value could help secure assets, perhaps even a first rounder, if the market is favorable. But timing is everything. Wait too long and the leverage slips. Move too quickly and you risk selling short. And yet, even if a trade is completed smoothly, the ripple effects are far more significant. It would be a signal, both internally and externally, that Miami is no longer pretending to chase the playoffs. I'm with this group. It would be the start of a new era. Uncertain, yes, but maybe necessary. Some Dolphins fans might fear what comes next. Others might welcome it. Either way, the decision is coming, and the front office will need to live with the consequences. As the draft approaches, watch Miami closely. The signs are all there. A high-profile player potentially on the move, a front office on thin ice, a fan base craving clarity and direction. Something is about to happen. Whether it's the beginning of a dramatic rebuild or just another awkward step in a long journey remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the Dolphins can no longer stay in the middle. The league is moving forward, and Miami must decide, are they building something real or just delaying the inevitable? Jalen Ramsey may be the first domino, but he won't be the last. And as the future of this team hangs in the balance, the Dolphins stand at a crossroads that will define not just the 2025 season, but the entire trajectory of the franchise. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week?